or at least consistently winning unranked requires just playing the good stuff. Usually move over to unranked and just build up ranked tickets for the following week. Oh, hey. $1 million HP? I've had 100,000 before. I'm not sure how you would get to 1 million. I'm sure it's possible. This is the most gold. Probably harder now that the scaling numbers on things have been tuned down a bit. Have they been? Like, Pawn Shop is where most of the HP comes from. Pawn Shop into the gold level up upgrade. Trade all your gold for life. Yeah, plus belt.
Believe you'll win, and you'll win, but not against me.
We get the gold. Let's go here to pump up Bob.
It's terrifying. I only sell things.
Why all the
so I can
mediums?
buy things. Huge things.
Having the most fun so far.
Buy from Raccoon instead. He actually cares about
Dooley's
this.
probably the most different with the raise. Pig feels playable again, which is nice. Where it felt like you had to do some silly high rolling to make Pig work last week. Dooley has the most viable builds. Dooley's still the same idea of he has some insanely powerful small items, and you can support those small items with kind of whatever and have it work. I like Omega Ray being easier to find. I think it makes burn a lot more interesting. Honestly, the Rays are a really cool addition. I don't think the comp that just plays all of the Rays makes much sense, but, like, Beta Ray is probably... Is Beta Ray better than Duct Tape now? Beta Ray's absurd. Beta Ray's either Dooley's best item or his second best item. So it's not hard to play your starting core Beta Ray and then your scaling Ray of choice to get scaling for any comp, whether you're playing weapons, poison, or burn. Oh my god, game, please. Please.
I would never debase my wares.
I don't think I actually have this much gold. I tried.
Everyone has enough.
I think that suits you beautifully. Buyer's remorse never. Be remorseless.
Start with Bob. Yep. This is my second Bob start of the patch.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
My first two games this patch were starting Bob on Pig and then starting Cove on Vanessa. I think those are the two most not okay starts.
Next time, boys, less blunder, more plunder.
See how you play Pig with an average start. We had a couple last night.
Bet I'll see you again.
I think they usually devolve into Crook. Maybe you can do some freeze stuff with snow globes and the booby trap. Also had Gold Crook day 4, Sharp Corners land. Yeah, the Sharp Corners Landscraper game fizzled out at 9 wins. I was sad. I thought that board was going to be really good. But I just couldn't get over a 600 health cove, or 600 shield cove. And got poisoned out. Shield not being a real defensive layer this patch is kind of rough. Like, both Dooley and Vanessa are pretty likely to be playing poison boards.
I can already see all the treasures I'll put here.
This camel can crit. Always Tent City. You're a Vanessa enthusiast? Yeah. I mean, I feel like Pig is probably still the worst hero. There is something to be said about Pig being able to stack max HP effectively as a good defensive layer. It sucks that it's harder to find Pawn Shop than it was before.
I've come too far to let you stop me.
Maybe we get a claw. The issue with Pig is you can't reroll as often anymore, and there's a ton of econ. That's true. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's a little annoying.
All things in moderation.
Yeah, I feel like large items being harder to find is a bigger deal, but it depends how you played Pig. Because a lot of the times that the shops that you wanted to roll for econ, they're not the same shops that you can't roll anymore, because they were the expensive shops. Like, you weren't rolling pole for econ. You weren't rolling burn shops for econ.
Now that's quality. I suppose I can sell that. You see that, Barker? That's how it's done.
It's the opposite. You reroll for an item. Now you only find econ because you can't reroll. Yeah, like large shops are bad, sure. Like, that was a problem you could have before, too. But yeah, it makes fishing for specific large items a lot harder. There's a lot of junk in Pig's pool. Pig was the only hero that didn't feel like he needed the pole nerf. He already had a hard time finding the large items that he wanted. I think there's like 9 silver bronze items for Pig. Something like that. Like, it's easier than other heroes, but it's not basically deterministic. Let's sell this thing.
My battle days are over, but my weapons crave more. Go make some more stories, then come back and tell me. And when you carry my weapon, I fight alongside you.
More is more, Alice.
This is damage on Bob.
Newful teaches stillness, I prefer
Better than the weapons. Weapons are pretty bad. Loop billboard nurse make the buy-sell game much worse. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Are you sure? Have you
I just started to aim for
noticed
specific
how
build.
huge
Yeah, like you can't force large
I
item
may be young
builds
for a
on
captain,
Vanessa
but
and
I've
Duelie
seen
anymore.
my share of
I think
storms.
that's probably a good change. It's still not that hard to find Crow's Nest, but you can't go into every game saying that I am going to play a Crow's Nest board, or I am going to play a port board, or I am going to play a combat core board.
Defeat does not defeat me.
Oh, don't let this get you down. Eyes on the prize.
Didn't buff Japali and drums. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably because Pig isn't supposed to have good haste items. Like, the item is supposed to be bad. Zero difference between 2 poison and level up an item, except the loot also sells for gold. Well, and not every build is able to take advantage of 2 poison. Like, there's a pretty huge difference. It just doesn't matter on Pufferfish. But even when playing Puffer, sometimes you're gonna want to, like, upgrade your clam instead of taking 2 poison.
I'm finished
Oh,
with
hey,
fighting.
first.
But
Yeah, I like my
can
shirt,
help you
too.
finish. Use it well. Make me proud.
When I'm rich, I'll never hear no again.
Enjoy the thrill of battle. While you can. Go make some more stories. Then come back and tell me.
Is combat core dually dead? No. It's just way harder to force. There's gonna be times where you take a pull early, see a combat core, buy it, throw it on your board, and build around it. But, like, combat core was sort of always... The thing that made combat core so prevalent is it was often the first real damage item that you found on Duelie, and once you have a damage item, you don't need another one.
Person. Maybe too nice.
So you just stayed in it all game. Where now it's a lot more reasonable that you're finding other damage packages before you see a combat core, and it's not really worth pivoting to a silver combat core. I don't want to start getting XP. The gold is good too.
I can already see all the treasures I'll put here.
These are still bronze scraps. Do I mainly play Pig? No, we've been cycling through all the heroes. We have played one game on every hero tonight so far. I'm not sure how temporary this jewelry is. It's really nice as a marbles trigger. These textiles might be more temporary. They just, like, double the value putting shield on this because of the heal. Don't think I'm taking day 3 shield. These being silvers makes it worse for Bob. What's my board right now? This. I think I try to find a playable. These are pretty bad. Oh. Hey there. Well, now I feel silly for selling the scrap. Can do this. Hey, Scrubby-Doo! Thanks for the raid. Welcome, everybody. Hope your stream went well. What does the pawn shop do? Every time you sell an item, it gets +1 value, and then you get bonus max HP depending on how much value it has while it's in play. It's silver, it's 10 times its item value, so 150 life. The pattern around pawn shop is usually you pick it up early, you cycle a bunch of items, which is something that you want to be doing anyway, and then eventually you sell the pawn shop and then take the level up reward for 25 life per gold.
You can learn a lot from losing.
Scaling is... Like, you could say that poison is inherently a scaling mechanic. How's the patch going? Pretty well, pretty well. There have been a lot of people, like, giga tilting off in my chat, but I'm having a good time.
Any good fights lately? Oh, I do. Use it well. Make me proud. Hey, when you carry my weapon,
Spend 8.
I fight alongside you.
Those are good.
Newful teaches stillness. I prefer action.
You want starting
Use it
skills
well.
back?
Make me proud.
I think I like the no starting skills. I think that's one of the changes that I really like about the patch. It felt so bad taking a starting item and then not getting one of the corresponding skills. It just felt like you were starting the game so far behind. And like it felt like your starting skill tunneled you into a specific comp from the beginning, rather than wanting to take shops to find a direction. Yeah, but the idea is the best item is going to differ depending on what your shops are showing you. I don't know if he kills me.
We scorch like the desert sun.
Best item differs based on what your power boost does. Sure. I mean, that's... Yeah. But the best item will also differ depending on what your starting item was.
You have the metal to be a dervish.
It's all about motivation. You gotta know what you're for.
Like, this game where we're starting with a bob is very different than a game where we're starting with a flail. Am I upgrading that? That might actually end up on my board. I feel like your build at day 2 will look very similar to your build at day 10. I think that was more true with the skills, no? Like, if anything, the skills reward you for running down a path from day 1. Or often when you don't get a starting item that scales into the late game, you're still pivoting and trying to find something to do. Yeah, the double nerf to the weapons was maybe a bit much. Though, I don't think game designers have ever, in history, avoided double nerfing things. I agree that players generally call it out as a bad idea. I don't think I have ever played a game where game designers have avoided double nerfing things. There are very few viable builds. That hasn't felt true at all, but...
The Grand Society of Master Merchants welcomes you. Happy to exploit you. I mean,
Like, all of my dually runs have been pretty different. I had two... I guess both of my Vanessa games so far have been on pufferfish, but they were very different pufferfish boards. One of them was more of a trebuchet board than a pufferfish board.
profit is profit, according to the
You avoided double nerfing pufferfish. Like, I think there's a lot of people playing the Vanessa puffer comp, but it hasn't felt like it's been this insurmountable wall that can't be beat.
large items, small
It's just something that you gotta be respecting. Like, you value shield less as a defensive layer because you expect your opponents to be poisoning you out. You value health more because having a health buffer gives you more time to kill the puffer before the damage ramps up and kills you.
Maybe I can resell this to my employees.
I cycle 6 gold. Yeah, why not?
You see that, Barker? That's how it's done.
Cut this versus dually. This looks cool. I like the marbles being able to trigger the yo-yo. Another bob board. Yeah, we got a starting bob. I'm not sure how I feel about getting large items as starting items. They feel a little too warping, but...
I should warn you,
eh.
I'm not like other Jabalians.
I'm not gonna not take a starting bob. At the very least, they lead to some exciting runs. No, Marbles has an active now. And Yo-Yo only charges half. Oh no. So another damage? Oh, we just need to crit. Come on, 30% crit. Okay, it might not be enough. Please? No! You stupid camel. You had one job.
Well, I'll admit, that was impressive.
Yo-Yo buffs Blaster. Yeah, it didn't matter though. We needed a crit. JJ, what do you got for me?
I'm a people person, and sometimes I sell stuff. I get it. You're busy. Enjoy your purchase.
Did an ice cream truck always charge?
Now, if that doesn't work out for
I don't think I've ever put an ice cream truck on my board.
Well,
happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye.
Just JJ sell. He sells items.
So, how about this weather where... Oh, you're leaving.
Okay, so this shop is the biggest bait in history. I've taken this twice so far this patch, and it has just shown me 2 items that weren't even upgrades. So I think I am just taking regen. I don't really want to sell the pickles before the bot fight. I guess I could sell this thing. Does Pig have any good silver skills?
If you want grim and stoic, you came to the wrong Sphinxian. I believe in joy.
I guess this kind of works. Ooh, wait. It's just reserve shield. I'm pretty happy with reserve shield.
Thanks for trusting me. I hope we can do this again.
Wait, how do I have less health here than I normally have on Dually? I'm like 200 health under where I expect to be on Dually to beat Gorgon Noble. Ew. I have a pawn shop in play. Oh no. Piggles if it's on your board or not? Do you? Oh. Huh.
Not all
Yes! Yes! This might not look like an insane high roll, but it is an insane high roll. It is so hard to get haste on this character.
Size dilutes the brain. Mind is highly concentrated. Remember, diamonds come in small boxes.
Oh, I buffed the wrong thing. Cringe. There's slight delay issues. Every time I restart the game, I have to update it, so I'm delaying restarting my game as much as I can. Because it takes like 5 minutes to update again. Hey, Marcus. Thanks for gifting the tier 1 to Reynat. Appreciate it. Do a force download that fixed it for you. How do you do a force download?
You want to buy that? I mean, excellent choice.
In the settings on the left of the launcher. Okay, I'll try that next time.
Money can't buy class had neither.
I could go Curio and sell out of the rewards card. I hate not going gumballs here. I don't really want to sell out of the rewards card until I'm upgrading this pawn shop.
I got everything you need. Just a matter of finding it.
I buffed the piggles. Why did I buff the piggles? What am I doing?
Hooey! Now that's a bargain.
What's the best way to buff Fixer Upper? Fixer Upper is the one that just upgrades itself, right? I guess Scrap puts more shield on it? Usually if you're putting a fixer-upper on your board, it's just because it's a 3-second property cooldown for tall buildings.
Hat's been sitting there 20 years, waiting for you.
Kind of shield you're getting are pretty small. Isn't it like 120 at diamond? And it gets itself to diamond?
My people believe in peace. Boring!
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Ship is usually a temp item. Yeah, yeah. The only time that it's on my board late is just when I'm using it for haste. Crit, please. Fuck. Oh, they didn't crit. Oh, they don't have any crit. Okay, well, that was easy.
Now that was invigorating.
That is a shield build look then. On Pig, there's a couple ways to do it. The way that I like playing shield is if I have a starting silk, I try to fish for a claw in curio shops and go silk claw for damage with sustain. Sometimes you pivot out of it late, but usually it's enough tempo to just carry you to 10 wins. It's not that hard to get to the claw to the point where it's one-shotting people. You can do it with Spike Shield too. It's probably fine with Spike Shield this patch with everyone playing poison. Got a Bronze Silk. Yeah, Bronze Silk is usually not good enough. Alright, there's no level 6 upgrade anymore. You just like have to high roll into a silver into gold to get it. Hi, Forgor. That's so sad. I'm almost certain you kill me. Unless I crit. Actually, it's probably a coin flip. If this crits, I kill him. If it doesn't, I die.
You seem like a nice person. Maybe too nice.
We go. Pretty sure this upgrade matters more than this upgrade. A vehicle. You can't roll this shop, right? Bang, bang.
Believe you'll win, and you'll win. But not against me.
That was meh with the reroll. Yeah. I felt true of most of the shops that got nerfed. Felt like Pole was the only one that really needed the nerf.
You do see these tusks, right?
Like, the shops that had enchantments in them were so fun to roll, too. The variance on it was really high. Like, if any shop you wanted to see more items on, it was that one. You got the most unique stuff from them. Get him, Bob! Fuck! It was right there. It was right there.
I believed in myself and I still lost.
If not for your letters, I never would have come here. I thank you. Thrills, risk, danger. This is what we were missing.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this 50% crit, but it is not.
Go make
It
some
is not
mistakes,
living up to its
then come back
expectations.
and tell me. Enjoy the thrill of battle. Well, you can.
Diddly
You
dog.
carry my weapon, I fight alongside you. Nufo teaches stillness. I prefer action.
Free skill's really good, but I think I just take the treasure turtle fight.
It's all about motivation. You gotta know what you're fighting for.
Boy, 4 income on day 7.
Investment is building homes for money.
Okay, at least these are good. At least these are
Wise
good.
investment, Mr. Pygmalion. This will do well for you. I promise.
Metal money tree too. Why not?
I made that same investment once. I'd say the results are evident, wouldn't you?
This is 3 free items that still count as being bought. Insane. Am I doing anything with the scrap? Please crit.
Are you sure? Have you noticed I'm huge? Hmm?
Or don't. I don't know that I care if you crit or not this fight. Do whatever you want, Bob. Just have a good time. That's all that I'm asking. We're still on 0 relevant crits, right?
This world is full of noise. You must find the quiet within.
We can do better, right? Slightly better.
My skills are not weapons. A blade can prune a garden.
This could be the pawn shop upgrade, but there's also chocolate right here. So tempted to just loot item. Loot item is also a lot of HP. Not that much HP. It's what, 75 HP? No, 90 HP. It could also fix my crit chance. The gold from the loot items also represents HP later on. Wow, those are... Yikes. Hey, irrelevant crit. Kind of. Is Robe even good?
Too far to let you stuff me.
Rarely. You need to be gaining a lot of shield for Robe to be good. And you probably want it upgraded too. I had one run ever where Robe was great. I might be playing that when we sell the pawn shop. Can't roll this, right?
Come on in. Let's chat. Do you have to leave already?
Really? It's a cool playable. I think it's worse than the bird, though? Maybe? Bird's a much better marbles trigger. Nah, I'm pretty sure we play it.
Now that's
You could cut the marbles for it.
I get it. You're busy. Enjoy your purchase. So, how about this weather where... Oh, you're leaving.
My dreams are too big for you to steal.
There's no speed control over there. Bong! Irrelevant crit! I think we needed that too. I don't think we win that without the crit.
You've got potential. I bet I'll see you again.
Things finally coming up, pig. I didn't keep space for this.
Make deals, not war.
Ew. This is a property? Why is this a property? Yeah,
You are
I'm
enough,
not
friend.
big on the shipment change either, but
Glad you bought this.
I think we still do it with the pawn shop.
Use that for the good of all. I can feel our energies resonating.
Yeah, I mean, vehicle and tool makes sense. Like, it looks like a vehicle over here. It being a tool makes sense if you're using it to control the weather. I just don't get why it's a property. If First Aiden's not even a vehicle, I don't know why this is a property. Let me put it that way. Surely we're not going to miss a crit again. 90%, that's basically 100.
You have great potential.
And burning in 6 regen, increase the damage of your weapons by 6 for the fight. Oh, when you gain... Oh.
The Bazaar is a
Backup defenses... A lot worse this patch than you would expect it to be, because you're probably dying to poison most of the time, but... Yeah, I want to get a booby trap run at some point. I picked up a booby trap on spec last night, but it never went in.
It's all about motivation. You gotta know what you're fighting for.
So we are going to level for the player fight. I think we just upgrade Pawn Shop. It's either Pawn Shop or Rocket Boots. I don't think I can bring myself to using my level 11 upgrade on Rocket Boots, though. Is Rocket Boots a vehicle? No, it is a tool, though. I don't really need the knee brace. I need this. It's either I sell the vending machine or I sell the knee brace. I guess if I sell the... Yeah, this is generating more value than this. Or than this. That hurts. This is better now. The rate's pretty bad compared to the level up reward. But... I think that's okay.
Moving up in the world. My people.
Like, once we hit the level up reward and get to play Weather Machine,
Boring.
we're a lot stronger. Oh, hey, it does exist. I didn't crit. How about the second time? Surely the second crit hits. There we go.
Now you can learn a lot from losing.
Mr. Pygmalion, a man who understands business.
Like, you could. If I had tall buildings, I'd be down. I'm pretty sure boots are better, though. Could cycle this.
One has to spend money to make money.
Worried Arkin kills me.
You must not know who I am.
I need 2 crits. Three crits. Those look like Arkin kills me. No.
Believe you'll win, and you'll win, but not against me.
Cold chocolate bars mattered? Yeah. And they complain about balance. Not even close. It is so bad when we don't crit that I think I am still just taking Eagle Talismans for 7% crit. Not like the rest of these are all that good. 21 gold is nice when we get the gold conversion. It'll end up being a shit ton of life, but we'll already have a shit ton of life. I guess crit chance this. Crit chance on the weather machine doesn't really matter. What could this give me? That's safe because of the gifted sub earlier, maybe. This seems so hard to not take.
If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it. Shall I?
Yeah, like I don't think I'd recommend staying on Silver Bob as your carry item for the whole run, but
You're a smart one for your size.
Pawn Job is a hell of an item.
Tell everyone you got it here. I think that suits you beautifully.
Not coming back in. If I sell the Piggles, I get 60 life.
You do see these tusks, right?
Go ahead. Underestimate me.
Get more
It
by
makes
keeping it
this
around.
more
Uh-oh,
fun.
they got Building Crescendo. And Cosmic Wind. And they froze my Bob. And they survive at attack. Yeah, we're not having a good time.
I paint my shit red, but I don't bleed.
Burn Pawn Shop is so funny. It's not like it matters than anything else, right? 28k poison in no time. I mean, yeah, it's day 10.
Hard to stay positive.
Look at that. 50 burn thrusters. Weather machine time. Oh. Huh. I wasn't thinking about that. It's worse than the Bob. Like, it's 50 burn every 3 seconds. I have to drop my haste. Unless we really believe in it. I could see what it looks like to do this. I'll try this versus the bot fight. I think it's bad, though. The burn stacks pretty well with the thrusters.
Pacifists.
I need crit for this now, though.
Just taken the first step toward good taste. Remember, diamonds come in small boxes. You're a
That's
smart
my pawn
one.
shop burning. We got the enchantment. Okay.
Shall I gift wrap it for you? You wanna buy that? I mean, excellent choice.
Think I'm supposed to drop Thruster's pepper spray to have haste? Sorry, Bob. You've done well.
Reward the peaceful, punish the warful. Your aura guided me to what you needed.
Poor Pinata.
You are enough, friend. But I'm glad you bought this.
It doesn't work, right? You could play... You have to drop Matchbox, the all-in with a machine burn. I'm pretty sure that's bad.
Use that for the good of all.
I believe...
Have you noticed I'm huge?
Stop doing these facial expressions. Go somewhere else. We did it!
Oh, don't let this get you down. Eyes on the prize, huh?
I guess now we just buy the chocolate. I'm never selling the pawn shop. Take the extra life. Got infinite gold. We're not playing any weapons. Yeah.
Still weak. Ice cut best.
Gotta try to get the snowflake. Frosty bird. Frosty matchbox a thing.
Pain good. Makes stronger. You seem
Darn.
like a nice person. Maybe too nice.
Yeah, we're not selling the pawn shop. That is our package. I will, I think, get the pile of life still. Yeah. Could sell this to go gumballs. There's 2 fights left. Can't buy all the gumballs anyway.
My food is gonna make you unstoppable.
Okay.
I should warn you. I'm not like other Jabalians.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobody.
Okay, they don't have freeze. They have... That's when items gain freeze. I'm pretty sure they get melted.
Next time, boys, less blunder, more plunder.
Not even close.
Now that was invigorating.
More burn than poison, yeah. The only thing this can give me is, like, regen when we hit half-life. This keeps me at 10 gold, so I can take gumballs. This skill is nuts. What does Awakened District have? He's been disabled for so long. 1 second. I'm pretty sure we're fighting the juggler fight. Shield items have more shield. When you use when you use a large item, haste an item for 4 seconds. We definitely beat District. It's just, do we want to go District to get something from him, or do we want to try to high roll juggler? Because Juggler gives us way more freeze with Bird. If we go District, we are just looking for Trickle Down. Oh, it is a 5 XP fight. That's fair. Yeah, okay. I guess that puts it over the top.
Not all Jabalians are pacifists.
50 gold. Last fight.
Are you sure?
Plan Bs are overrated.
Noticed I'm huge?
If our life is still high enough to one-shot by the time that activates, aren't we just losing? Or aren't we just winning anyway? Like, I think at this point, the big thing that we're worried about
Yeah, most Jabalians will
is just having our items all frozen. That was certainly a journey. That was a sick run. I can't believe we spiked the Bird Matchbox same shot. That was messed up. Dodged you? What is this? Oh, yeah. Yeah. It is so much easier to get Icy Puffer than it was before with the snowflakes. Yeah, Matchbox, one of my favorite... Matchbox is my favorite item that I never get to put on the board. The rank doesn't matter, there's no matchmaking. Isn't that every run? Depends on the board. Some boards are more weak to freeze than others.